Good evening, guys, and happy Monday to all of your sunshiny faces. Did you guys hear Charlie? He's upset about something. Hi, buddy. Hello. Oh, you're so cute. Look at you. Oh, wow. You're sniffing me. You make a funny noise when you're sniffing. Anyways, guys. Oh, you're still making noises. Yes, guys. Monday, I actually ended up waking up somewhat earlier today because I told Jack to wake me up in the morning. And I actually, woke up somewhat early. I have been waking up really late lately. And so I don't know. I just, I went to bed not early last night. I actually went to bed sort of late last night and woke up early today. But then I was watching TV, and I was like, okay, well, I'll go and take a shower after I'm done with this episode. I fell asleep again, and now it's late because I just got up and now I have to go and take a shower, but I only took a nap. And so now I'm like, I'm gonna be wide awake and probably not be able to fall asleep, and then I won't get good, restful sleep, and so then I will wind up waking up late again, probably. Hopefully not, but that's probably what's gonna happen. But I was overall, I guess, pretty productive today. Ended up making dinner for tonight. We did beef stew. I used up some of my green beans. I used up some mushrooms, some potatoes. I also used fresh thyme from the garden. So I used the fresh thyme and the fresh green beans. I just got the thyme out of the garden this afternoon, and then I used the green beans that we pick them yesterday, I guess. So yeah, I ended up doing that. And then I also ended up doing dishes, laundry today. I also edited 2 vlogs, which was Fridays and Saturdays, because I hadn't edited anything over the weekend, actually. But I was all caught up, actually. I think on, was it Thursday? Wait, yeah, Thursday I edited Friday's vlog, I'm sorry, I edited Thursday's vlog on Thursday. And so then on Friday, I was like, oh, I don't have anything that I have to edit because I edited the day before's vlog, like I said, on actual, on the day I recorded, because I did my haul video. And so I was like, okay, well, I can just, I don't have anything to do on Friday. And I think I told you guys I completely forgot then too, because I didn't even open my computer. I was like, I got no editing to do. I don't have to worry about it because I already finished it. It's just Jack's football game today. But I forgot to upload those ones that I edited on Thursday. But then on Saturday and Sunday I didn't do any editing, so I was 2 days behind. So I ended up doing 2 vlogs today, and I'm gonna have to edit yesterday's vlog tomorrow along with today's vlog tomorrow as well. So I'll have to do those other 2 vlogs and edit those. But then I should be all caught up. It was just, like I said, over the weekend I didn't end up really getting to any of that. And I set my planner up for this week too, which I did last week, but I don't know, I just feel like I didn't follow along with what my planner really well, I feel like, last week. And then I also ended up doing dishes and laundry today just to stay on top of everything, because I did wind up dirtying a lot of stuff yesterday from making the zucchini bread, from doing sort of all of the produce prep stuff from everything that was out in the garden, and washing everything and stuff like that. And I had a bunch of cutting boards out and all kinds of stuff. And so yeah, but honestly, guys, using that zucchini, using the what's it called, the food processor to shred the zucchini, like a lifesaver. I was like, wow, this is amazing. And on top of that too, guys, I also did find a recipe though, for doing zucchini soup. I was telling you guys, I was like, I need to use up my zucchini, and I can't figure out what else to make. So I've got the what's it called, I made the zucchini risotto yesterday also, but I found a couple recipes for zucchini soup online, and I was like, oh, that'd be so good. It's more of not like a chunky soup. It's like a creamy sort of smooth soup, and the recipe that I was looking at. And so you have to either use an immersion blender or a regular blender, and I think I was telling you guys we don't have one of those. We have one of those personal, not like a personal, I guess it is a personal blender, but like the ones that are popular right now are more of those ones you don't have to plug in. It's sort of like the NutriBullet sort of thing, but it was not like an actual name brand one. I think we just got it off of Amazon, but honestly guys, it works really well. I love that thing. We've had it for a while. I do my smoothies in it a lot, but it's not big enough to do like a whole pot of soup, or even to do like a couple servings of soup. Like I have to do multiple times, run it through the blender, and so it's just like like, you know, I'm not gonna do a soup like that. I found other recipes though for chunky soups. Like I found one that's with like I think it's probably Great Northern beans, and I was like, oh my gosh, that would be so good, because like I'm thinking of like that texture. Like I think that that would taste really good. I think I'd like that all together, like with the, like I said, like the, I think they're Great Northern beans, like the white beans, or is that what they're called? Yeah, I think so. I don't know. Anyways, because I'm like, they're not pinto beans, they're definitely not black beans, and they're not kidney beans either. Like I said, I think it's like the Great Northern beans, but I feel like they have another name too, and I just can't think of it. Anyways, I think that that would taste really good with like, and it's more like chunky zucchini. And I think too there's another one that I saw that was like zucchini corn, like almost like a chowder sort of, because I think the ones that I was looking at was like cream, like it used like heavy cream or something like that. Those like the you know, smooth ones. The chunky ones though, like I think it was like a chowder that I saw. The other ones though that I was looking at that I think was like a corn, I think it was like a corn zucchini chowder sort of. Actually, I think that would be really good too, and a great way to use up zucchini. And on top of that too, I am hoping, kind of, not really guys, I don't really want it to get cold. I really like it to stay warm, but it, you know, like now that we're kind of moving into fall time, it's kind of soup season, so I'm looking for soup ideas, especially soup that uses zucchini, because I need to use my zucchini. I've got no more space left for zucchini. But like in that case, those zucchini, like for the soup, it needs to be more of like a sliced, so I need to know ahead of time if I'm going to wind up doing it that way, instead of like it's more like, you know, like quartered pieces of zucchini, because everything that I'm freezing right now has consistently been shredded zucchini, and I don't want to have a ton of that and then be like, I can't make this soup because it's called for, you know, like just like diced, you know, like quartered zucchini or something like that, and I'm using you know, like the what's it called, it's like shredded zucchini, which I feel like wouldn't really have like much of a taste to it either. And on top of that too, like zucchini doesn't really have a taste. Like in zucchini bread, right, like when I make zucchini bread, at least you can't taste the zucchini. Like I really have hardly had a lot of like zucchini recipes where, like, I don't know, it just, zucchini doesn't have a very strong taste to it, so you can really add it to anything and sort of get away with just adding it to anything. Like I said, you could probably find any soup recipe and just end up adding zucchini to it. Like I feel like, and I'm not totally sure about this, but like Italian wedding soup, I don't think that it uses zucchini in it. Maybe it does, but like I feel like that's one that you could easily get away with throwing zucchini in and nobody would care if it doesn't already have zucchini in it, and it's not like in the recipe. But like I'm thinking about that too, because a lot of times when I've had it, it has like chunks of like tomato, so if you add chunks of zucchini in there too and it's like the same texture, nobody would bat an eye, because zucchini doesn't really have much of a different texture or like taste to it either. So you could, like I said, sort of get away with that. But I almost want to say that like there's something else. No, maybe it is just like celery that's in there or something like that. Or maybe it's not even, maybe I'm not even thinking of the Italian wedding soup. Maybe I'm thinking of like minestrone or something. But that's another one that you definitely could add zucchini to if you don't already do that. Like any of those tomato based soups are easy ones that, like with like chunky stuff in it, I feel like you could get away with throwing zucchini in. But yeah, so anyways, Charlie, what are you doing now? You just chewing on yourself over here. Come on, stop chewing yourself. Stop chewing yourself. Hi, buddy. Why are you laying upside down and staring at me? Oh, hi, buddy. But yeah, guys, like I said, I'm sort of getting a little excited that it's sort of starting to feel like fall. But today definitely did not feel like fall. We had like a thunderstorm, or really bad. Honestly, it was not a really bad thunderstorm. but the wind, oh my gosh. At one point I was looking out my bedroom window and I was like, that tree, there was a tree like sort of in our neighbor's backyard sort of area. I don't even actually know what neighbor's yard it's in. I could just see it, and it's right over like the electrical wires, like right near there. And I was like, that tree, at one point it was like completely like this. I was like, it was like doing like a 90-degree angle, and I was like, that tree's gonna snap and we're gonna lose power. Like I was convinced, like the wind was absolutely horrible. Which is funny too. A lot of times when we wind up getting like, you know, like alerts and stuff like that about really bad like thunderstorms and stuff like that, they're like, and damaging winds, but then we never hardly get any wind that actually looked really bad. This today was bad wind. Like, it was bad. Honestly though, really nothing at all ended up blowing around outside or anything like that. I think something on the deck ended up like sort of something small. No, it was my thyme that I have not planted in the garden yet. I have 2 thyme plants. The one that I did not plant was on the deck. It blew over. And it's like a little tiny little cup. And so that's why it was the only thing I think on the deck that was disturbed at all. When I went out there to go and pick, like I said, I went to go get a couple sprigs of thyme and I noticed it was on the ground. So yeah, like I said, the storm was sort of not very good today. And on top of that though, at the football game on Friday, I don't know if I mentioned this, I was wearing shorts, but I was wearing like a zip up, like, you know, 3/4 zip up sort of like athletic sort of long sleeve dry fit shirt sort of, and I was wearing that right with shorts. I was freezing cold. I was like, oh my goodness, I should have worn pants. I should have probably bought an additional sweatshirt, or like if I would have worn pants, I probably just would have been okay. It wasn't even too on Friday. It wasn't really windy outside, but there was like a slight little breeze. So every once in a while when we would get that breeze, I started literally like shaking. Like I was actually that cold. But at the same time too, I also get butterflies. Whenever Matthew and Jack have played football, I always wind up getting butterflies. Like this is back when like Matthew used to play youth football even too. I get like all these butterflies, and I feel like too is just sort of like that, like the nerves, like I was sort of shaky from it, so I couldn't actually tell if I was shaking because I was cold or sort of shaking because I had a little bit of nerves, or if it was a combination of the both of them too. And so yeah, like I said, I was very cold on Friday, but it sort of gave me a little bit of that fall feel a little. Like I just remember last year all of the games almost were like hot games. Like we almost never needed blankets until like I think the last like 2 games, and I still don't even think it was that cold. Like we were never like bundled up for the football games because it was never that freezing cold. I think that last year was not a super bad year for football. And on top of that too, also, knock on wood though, because this year is not the same, or this year is the same, that it wasn't raining really during any of the football games, at least not really bad. Other than that one where we had to go and sit in the car for like an hour before they could start the game. It was pretty much through most of the frost-off game. The varsity game I think just started like a half hour later, or an hour later than when it was actually supposed to, because of that really bad storm. So we sat in the car for the entire time. But it was humid that day, so it wasn't even like it was like a cold, like rainy, you know, it was like a thunderstorm, like a bad like thunderstorm that blew through. And so like I said, that's was like, I feel like the worst weather we got. Like not even like the temperature either wasn't that bad, but like I said, Friday sort of had like major fall vibes, even though it was the first game of the season. I was like, I really don't want the first game of the season to feel like it's already like fall outside. But it was like 80s, like, and it's supposed to be, I think only like 79 is a high tomorrow, which is still actually pretty warm, but then it's still supposed to stay in like the 80s for pretty much the rest of the week. So it's not going to be like cold, but I think that again, just that Friday night was also not going to be cold. It still said it was supposed to be, and I think it did, it stayed like above 70 degrees throughout most of the night on Friday, but it was just like I said, that slight little breeze, and too that the sun was down, like, so it wasn't like a warm like in the sun 70 degrees. It was a sort of cooler 70. I like how it can be the exact same temperature, but it feels different, you know, like whether or not it's breezy, whether or not you're in the shade, you know, or you're in the sun, how, like, you know, it's completely different. But yeah, like I said, Friday was like a cold, like I think 70s. But I don't know really what this Friday is supposed to look like. But yeah, anyways, I got most of my Monday things taken care of, which I was pretty happy about. But now I gotta get to bed, so I will see you guys all in tomorrow's vlog. If you guys did enjoy today's, make sure you guys give a big old thumbs up. If you guys are new, we'd love if you'd subscribe, and I'll see all of your sunshiny pieces tomorrow. So bye guys.